All right. Hello, YouTube. You're tuned in to the Katie Talk 101 show. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button when you come through the building. Okay, so you seen the title. I'm talking about a young lady who did chronicles on her walk of shame. And I'm also talking about how a lot of men out here are hopeless and lonely. And what they could possibly do about it because there's solutions in this situation. Okay, so I'm gonna get off into. I don't know what happened. Look like they got small. Okay, so I'm gonna share this. Okay, there you go. Dang, it look like my screen got small. I don't know how that happened. But you all hit the thumbs up when you come through the building. If you're watching the playback, please make sure you hit the thumbs up as well. Okay, so this situation ended up going viral over on TikTok. It was a young lady who did chronicles about, her walk of shame in the morning. You guys listen to this. I'm gonna play it and then I'm gonna play it again and then get my commentary. So I'm gonna let you guys take a listen. Here we go. Hit that thumbs up. I don't know what happened. Please tell me my internet is not messing up. Hold on, let me go back. Okay, I'm gonna go again.
So, ladies, don't be like me. So last night, I got way too drunk, and this guy was talking about like, yeah, I'll send you some money. I'll send you some money. And I thought he sent me $2,500. I laid down. He's like, oh, you gotta go to sleep. I went to sleep and he wakes me up at like 7. And he's like, you gotta leave because my wife and children will wake up soon. And he literally throws me out the door. I didn't even check my phone. He didn't send me 2,500. He sent me a request. So it's just like, why the richer the men are, the cheaper they are. And he has me out in this Hasidic Jewish community. And oh my god, I'm gonna puke. Oh my god, why am I so fucking male identified? I shouldn't have went home with him. But he had a nice place though. But like, I just feel stupid because I don't have any money. And he used that to get in my vagina. And it's just stupid. I just feel like an idiot. Oh. Hi everyone. So here's a part 2 to the last video that I posted with the Walk of Shame Chronicles part 2. I have read all the comments. I have seen all the DMs, read all the messages. A lot of third-party sources had taken my video and posted it on their source, and I read those comments too, and they were a little bit judgmental. First off, I want to clear some things up, and then I'll probably then I plan on telling you how the night happened. First question, and this is the most important question that I got asked. No, I'm not a prostitute. I am not selling pussy. I'm not doing it. It was a one-night stand. I was at the bar. I had way too much to drink. And I think this is really funny because I was so close to leaving the bar. My friend had left And like he just popped up out of nowhere, and he was very attractive, very handsome, and I again was so very much so wasted. I think I had about maybe, we went to a bar before and I had about 4 cucumber martinis and then an espresso martini, and then we went to the next place and I had a glass of champagne and I think I had maybe 4 more espresso martinis. So I had about 9 drinks from the hours of 7 to 1 a.m. I think I just have an issue drinking, and I'm gonna work on that, because as much as I want to have answers for you guys, I was just so out of it. I was so out of it. Question 2. Oh, and also, if you're not the kind of girl to have just like a one night stand for fun, then it's okay. It's okay. Like, we probably can't be friends though, but it's fine. Like, but you don't have to judge me for it. At least I didn't get pregnant. Okay. Question 2. I did not know he.
Yeah, she right about that. At least she didn't get pregnant. Because it's a lot of girls out here who have gotten pregnant from one night stands. And truthfully and honestly.
I remember leaving the bar with him, and then we got into a car, and then just I was automatically in a multi-million dollar home. Um, I didn't really put the dots together. He had a closet. There was a closet full of Chanel bags and shoes. And I said something stupid. I was like, I want you to buy me a Chanel bag just like this one. But no. Oh, also to the first point, I didn't bring up money. Like I was just perfectly going. I don't know. Like I just went home to have sex with him, but he brought up money. He brought up money. He was talking about, oh, I want to send you some money. How does 250? How does 2,500 sound? I was like, oh yeah. So he said it right now, and I got a text message, and I'm like, oh, he already sent it. He didn't send it. It was a request. If I would have used a little bit more of my brain, I would have clocked it. But I didn't. But I wasn't selling it for 2,500. He brought up money. I did not bring up money. Maybe I did. But do I look like the kind of girl to just like go home for someone for some money? No, it's not me. And I didn't know he had a wife. The only It made sense because he had a closet full of like purses and shoes. Um, yeah, I was extremely drunk. Will I be getting tested? Of course. Um, yeah, there's really not much to the story. I just got blackout drunk, and that was on me. That was on me. I did find him though. I have a screenshot of the request for the money that he sent me. So I know his name. I found his LinkedIn. I found his Instagram. He blocked me. I'm still on the fence about like putting that publicly. I know he's married. His wife has an Instagram. Um I found his wife's Instagram and it's public, but I just don't feel like I want to how to ruin that. It was an L. Listen, it was an L. Last I took an L and I have to bounce back from it. As much as I really want to put that out there, is he Jewish? Yes. Um, he is a hedge fund owner. He is the co-founder of a really popular, not popular. He is a hedge fund owner. No, hedge fund co-founder. So that's why, like, I'm just so mad at myself because I just wish I would have checked. I just thought it was a funny story. The only reason why I shared it because I saw like, oh, I would keep this in the draft. I would have kept this in the drafts. I would have kept it in the draft. I did not expect it to go that for it to reach as many people. I've been stuck in 200 view jail for wow since I started posting. I guess this is the
Okay, so yeah, that's about the end of the story. And it's basically just a young lady talking about her drunken night where she met a complete stranger and he took her back to his house where he shares with his kids and his wife. It sounds like the man probably has some money. And she said he was of a certain ethnicity that started with a J. And it sounded like he took her on the other wing of the house. Some people have houses so big. I mean, it could be a door to that room. He come from the outside, just get in the and he's in the room, and then you got the other side of the house. But this man, he sounds like he has no morals. It sounds like he don't love his wife. You don't know what that girl could have been on. You brought her around your wife and your children, and then like when it comes to her, she got to carry herself in a better way when it comes to her going out in public, because you being out in public, and I think she said from 7 in the evening to like 1 or 2 in the morning, she had a total of like 9 drinks. For you to be out there drinking like that and you by yourself, I mean, that is so irresponsible. But as far as the walk of shame, everybody done been there, especially like in your 20s. I mean, I know y'all not fronting out here like you are so good, like you so good. Because in just a second, everybody out here has done some things. Everybody has done some things. Let's not act like y'all are goody two shoes and you never had a walk of shame after the morning after. Come on now, we all have been there. We all have been there. I can pretty much believe that everyone has probably had a walk of shame, you know. But I think with her being out there and being intoxicated the way she was with the amount of drinks she had, that was very unsafe, irresponsible. But when it comes to the man who took her back to his house and you had intercourse with her, and then you sent her a request for $25,000 or 2,500, however much it was. You sent her a request. Like, why would you play with her like that? Just leave her alone and move on with your life. But at the same time, I mean, it's a lot of girls out here that will actually sleep with the man who got money, and then the guys who don't have the money, they try to make them guys pay. So it's like y'all got the whole game twisted up. It's Man, that's crazy, and that's exactly how it is out here. That's why I don't even want to participate in this world of dating nowadays with the mentality that a lot of people have. Everybody have a one night stand, but it's just the fact that she talking about hers and she putting her business out there, so people gonna comment on it. But at the same time, you can see another race of people. Hey, what's up with your bougie Barbie? And happy late Easter, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And I was just thinking, a lot of people was talking a lot of mess about her, and it's hard out here for a darker skinned black girl. Everybody's always. I mean, people hate us or something. I don't know. It's like you get it from one side of other races of the discrimination. When it comes to a lot of other ethnicities, a lot of people have colorism, but we notice what's going on with our community, and colorism is most definitely there. But I think it's just sometimes people have internal insecurities and they reflect their insecurities off on the easiest thing they feel like they can do it, and that's a darker skinned person, because the color dark is considered a bad thing. I mean, just look at the definition of it. You guys seen Malcolm X when the man was telling him read the definition of black, read the definition of white, and the difference in the definitions is just insane when you hear it. So just conditionally, people think it's bad. I mean, it's a lot of dark skinned people. Like Kodak Black said, he don't like his dark skin. He think it's ugly. And I remember he said he liked to talk to a lighter skin or a mixed girl because he feel like you can control them a little easier. You can break them down a little easier. And I was just listening. I was like, wow, if for anybody to actually feel like they'll be special just because a guy like him chose you, something going on with them too. For you to feel flattered that a guy that's talking to you had to talk down on another girl just to make you feel like you more than her, it really looked lame on both of y'all. If you ask me, it looks lame. But this girl right here, she's no different from any other young girl in her 20s. Everybody had a one night stand, a walk of shame, and all that. And you got people in the comment section, talking and all this. But those same girls is probably in that comment section talking crap to her. Those are probably the same girls who will get upset when you get on the topic of body count. When you start talking about the subject of body count around some girls, they instantly get defensive. So those same girls are probably the same ones who talking crap about this girl for her one night stand slash walk of shame. But I ain't gonna lie, sister. I know you young and you having fun, but you do need to watch the drinking. And another thing, how you told that story, it did kind of sound like you could have been probably trying to sell that snatch, but I don't know. I guess the deal didn't go through. It looked like, but yeah, she ain't doing nothing different from what anybody else have done. She ain't doing nothing different. I hope you all enjoy your Easter yesterday. And there was another story I had ended up seeing. I didn't do too much for Easter. It don't look like the people around me. People don't celebrate that like they used to. I don't think they do. I don't know. But let me see. Okay. It was something else I wanted to talk to y'all about. And it was hold on, let me see if I can find this. I remember when we were talking about the subject of women proposing to men. And I remember in one of my other shows I was saying when Charlemagne the guy was talking about Tisa, the Tisa who the F did I marry, and he was like, that's big bag behavior. I was like, no, you really can't say that because it's so many women out here proposing to their men these days. You can't just put that on big women. You see little cute women actually out here on their knees proposing. And you just can't say, oh, this group of people that look like this, they're desperate. That's not the case. And let me tell you why I had put in my title, men are at a hopeless point. Let's talk about it. I feel like they're hopeless because so many men out here are so lazy and so uninspired, they will let their woman lead the relationship. And then they're sitting back mad talking about, oh, this woman won't let me lead. No, sir, you are too lazy to do the steps that you need to do to be able to lead. You have to be willing to put in that work. You got to be willing to put in work if you want to lead. Because being a leader is just not, oh, I have a male parts and I should automatically be able to tell you what to do when you do it. It don't work like that. You have to put in work. Some guys come in and meet a girl and before they even know her, went out on a date, anything like that. Y'all be trying to figure out, oh, she need to change this. She need to change that. I don't like turkey bacon. We're going to start buying regular bacon. Oh, she needs to do this. She needs to do that. I don't like that. No, you can't go through here trying to pick apart a person's life when you first meet them. Try to see, is this person gonna like you? You may be looking at them and physically like what she looks like, or you like the fact that you feel like you can get certain things out of her and you can get her to do certain things, but you got to also look at the fact, do she like me? Is me and her compatible? No, y'all try to look at these women and be like, oh, I'm going to change this, this, and this, and that, and she's going to be an asset to my life, and she's going to be in my life. No, you sit here and try to pick apart a person and try to make them into what you want. That's why you will never be happy. because what makes you happy, you need to have that inside of you, and have that inside of you so much that you want to share it with another person. Like, oh my God, I have so much to offer. I have so much that I want to offer to another person to make their life just as happy as mine is. But other people, the majority of people out here in these marriages and relationships, they just looking at how a person can make them happy because they already coming into the door of the relationship lacking already. When you first meet this woman, you lacking. When a woman first meeting this man, she's lacking in finances. And just to be honest, that's a big reason why women get into relationships. Just think if a woman was making the amount of money equal to where she could take care of 5 people in a household, but she's single by herself. Women who have that amount of money, women who are out here successful, are not out here looking to be like, oh, this person needs to do this for me. This person needs to pay my bills as soon as I meet him. If he ain't talking about paying no bills, I don't want it. If that woman ain't in that dire situation, if she's not in that situation, she's going to be way more pickier about how she chooses her mates. She's going to be way more pickier with who she let in her space. Even when it comes to the girlfriends that she have, she's going to be particular about the women she hang around with. One thing about life, when you have more to lose, your standards should go up. Because if they don't go up, you're not going to be successful for too long. You don't see a lot of really successful people out here with, I mean, and I'm going to say this because I could probably take back what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it first and then I'm going to take it back and show you an example of how. You don't have a really big number of people that's out here that's successful and life is in shambles behind closed doors and they have people around them that's not good. But I'm gonna give you an example of how having people around you will ruin your success. Look at the situation with Wendy Williams. Very perfect example. She has a son around her who is now grown and he still uses her. He loved his mama. I know when she was over there with him, he was in a good situation, but we later found out, we end up later on finding out that that little Kevin ran up like almost $100,000 worth of like DoorDash under Wendy's money. And then you have her husband who's suing her estate for more money because he's broke and he was taking care of his side piece. He was over there taking care of his side piece on Wendy dime. So you have a woman like her who was successful, but she allowed the wrong people around her. That's why when these guys hear about women having standards and they actually set boundaries in their life and they actually have expectations of the people who they allow in their life. See, that's what Cynthia G used to talk about. That's the message she pushed. The standards, expectations, and boundaries. Shout out to Cynthia G. I remember before Cynthia G got off of, before they put her off of YouTube, her and the Queen Maker was about to have a collab, I believe. Oh my God, I would love to see that. Most definitely, I would love to see that. But it all just sums up to when people have the money, their standards better go up. If you're trying to have or keep anything good in life, keep your standards high. You don't ever let nobody make you feel bad about having standards. Never. And this gets me off into the next topic when I was talking about, the situation about some men being hopeless out here. But there is an answer. But like I was just saying when I was talking about in my last segment, that if you want to be a leader, you can't be lazy. You got to be willing to put in work. If you want to call yourself a leader, if you want a woman to submit to you and this and that and the third, all the stuff that you all talk about, A woman that's submission, they'll submit to you, they'll be feminine and they'll help you, and just a lot of different stuff. Looking at this is the next topic that I'm about to talk about here. And it's basically about why men are like miserable without women in their lives, and a lot of them can't cope. It kind of had me thinking the fact that some men are actually miserable out here without women, because I end up doing a show about it, about a big percentage of men being lonely. But I was like, most of them don't even seem like they like women. Most of them actually, they seem like they don't like women like that. Hold on. Oh, oh, I'm sorry. I'm having some technical difficulties. I think it's just internet. My internet. It is. What's up with your Kels? Shout out to you. I was. I hope you enjoyed your Easter and had a very good time. Even if you don't celebrate, if you had a day off, that was good for me. I needed that a Sunday off. I haven't been off on a Sunday in very. Hold on, that's not what I'm trying to share. That was from last week. Hold on. Gotta make sure I'm sharing the right thing. So yeah, I was just thinking about this situation. I'll just tell you about it since it seems like I can't find it. But it's basically a lot of men basically talking about how in their life they know they need a woman because it's certain things that only a woman can bring to your life. But but a lot of them still don't appreciate that good woman when she's around. It gotta be on my Facebook. Let me go look. But I always say this. I feel like if you're in a situation where you need something, or you need a certain person, or you need a certain something in your life, and if you're too dumb to even keep it when it comes along, you just a lost cause. I really do think that this supposed to make go against community standards. But I don't know why would that. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it seems something about I posted something to make all. Okay, let me skip through this. Hold on. What's somebody else page? I had a regular I had a regular one that wasn't on nobody's page. I'll just shout her out. What is it? Get going. Yeah, get going, Jane. I think. Okay, it's been a playthrough. Oh, these technical difficulties are very irritating. Okay, okay, here she go.
You right and even take care of you. Let's see what people have to say.
I think the majority of men don't even get, like, men's life generally, average men, is a very lonely existence. Whereas women don't get. Okay, so an average woman, yeah, can walk out of her house looking regular, in a tracksuit or like with a bonnet on or whatever and still get attention from men. Men will be like, hey, hey. And the average man walking out his house does not get any attention. His DMs are dry. Yeah, he doesn't get any attention on the street.
Sounds like a rough life.
Right,
Y'all be easy out there, though.
I'm just saying, like, the average guy doesn't get the same thing that an average woman would get.
That's what Andrew Tate says, that like women don't know real loneliness because there's always someone that'll date a girl. Like even like the girls 100%. On 500 Pound Life have like boyfriends, but
nobody told me how lonely being a man is.
This man transitioned from being a woman to a man, and now he's experiencing what men go through all the time, which is loneliness. Sometimes you're going to be lonely.
I had closer friendships with random.
Kale said they are so pathetic. Kales, I understand exactly what you're saying. I was just sitting here thinking the same thing, but I was like, let me let it play. But you know what? When you hear some of the pathetic stuff that they be going through, you be thinking you are so pitiful. And the only thing you have to do is change the bad things that you're doing. The majority, and I'm going to be honest, you guys, especially you women that's out there that's married or have been married. Before a woman decides to throw in the towel, whatever problem it is that woman had with that man, I'm pretty sure that woman has told that man time after time after time what the issue is, why they stay arguing, why they going back and forth. It be over the same things. And that man refused to change. And then, I mean, you just throw in the towel and be like, I'm done. And then they sit around, oh, she had a good one, but this, that. No, it's a certain thing that you did or continued to do that made this woman say, forget about it. She didn't just wake up one morning and was like, I don't know. But you know what? Looking at this situation right here, this is a person who transitioned from being a woman into a man. I never understood why any woman would want to be a man. I feel like women who do things like this probably went throughout their life being very male identified, but they always had the most horrible relationships with men. I don't know. That's just what I think when it comes to a woman who wants to be a man. I mean, why would you want to be a man? And you see the stupid stuff they do. And evidently it's that chemical called testosterone that makes them make bad decisions or something. I don't know.
Women I met in the bathroom before I transitioned at clubs because of how open women are.
Women are only close to other women. Of course, you're going to feel that when you were a woman. Now that you're not a woman, you're not going to get that same experience because dudes and women are very different. It's not because they're more emotional or because they're more giving. You got to get that. You can't just automatically walk up to a man and expect him to give you every kind of emotion that he has, especially if he doesn't know you. And by the way, dudes do not talk to each other in the bathroom. Like, that's just not a thing. As a matter of fact, I want you 6 stalls away from me. I don't even care if there's...
And then I think another problem when women transition, it's like how they expect things to be. It don't turn out that way. And that's where the depression comes in when it comes to them women who transition into being men. Because at the end of the day, a lot of women go back and forth in their relationships and their marriages because they think that men are supposed to act like women. That's where the forever gap is going to be when it comes to the dynamic of women and the dynamic of men. Women actually expect a man to act like a woman, to have sensitivity, to be thoughtful, to sit around and like, let's say if I'm with my man and we just had an argument or whatever, and then when we're like, babe, I'm gonna go in the other room and you just stay in here, and you know, I go in there, I'm gonna go over the conversations that me and him had. I'm gonna think about the things that I said as well as what he said, the things that I could have said that probably triggered him. And I'm going to think about the things that he said that triggered me. And that way, when he's not mad anymore and he's like, babe, do you want to talk about, do you feel like you want to talk about, you know, what we fell out about, but do this very respectfully. you're gonna listen to me and I'm gonna listen to you. And I'll be like, yes. So he'd be like, well, baby, when you said this, it upset me. When you said that the way you said it, it made me feel a little insecure about me being a man. Like me as a man, it made me feel insecure when you said that. Women don't understand. Men do not look at it like that. That whole argument, all that man is thinking about what you said that hurt him. That's all that man thinking about. But when you as a woman ask your husband or you ask your boyfriend or the father of your child, you be like, do you know what you said that really hurt me? But I know you said this about me, and you said my mama ugly, and you said that my other kids ugly, and like they remember all the bad stuff that you said. But women think men are supposed to be like, baby, I know I said this and I was wrong. Baby, I know when I do this, you don't like that. I'm going to work on it. A lot of men don't even have, even if they knew that was the problem, they don't even have the maturity to be able to say it because they're going to feel like, no, if I say this, that means she won. Man, that lets you know when a man is covered up in his pride and he can't open up doors of communication because of his pride, that's a man you don't need to be with. That's a man that's led by his ego. And that's the problem with in a lot of these relationships. You have men who are led by their ego, and you have women who can work and got the work in them, but they don't want to put in the work because they're going to feel like they're overshadowing their man's masculinity. A lot of women hold back all the knowledge and the stuff that they can do just so they can feed their man ego. Make him feel like, baby, I'm going to need you to do this. When I'm around my man, I don't know how to open no doors. You know what I'm saying? I know how to open the door, but when he in my presence, I don't know how to open the door. We have to act like the weaker vessel just so he can feel good. And that's a lot of work. I'm sorry, it's a lot of work. I had to pick up my little smoky smoke when I was talking about it because I done got stressed out that quick. That is a lot of work having to stroke a man's ego. Women want men to be emotional when men are emotionalists. Yes, they're emotionalists, but check this out, Kels. When men show their emotions, it's in an overly aggressive, usually violent way. And because of that's because when they grew up, when they fell off their bike, they're like, oh, get up, be a man, don't you cry. When they're going through stuff, or they're let's say they had their first heartbreak and they're talking to their dad, and their dad like, oh, don't let that B have you acting like a P. You get up and be a man. Go and get some more B's. You're the man. No, let him. Sometimes you gotta let a person deal. You gotta let yeah, they're very violent, very violent. You gotta let a person deal with their emotions. That's how they grow up and be emotionalists. It's the men and the women who raise a lot of these guys, create them to be like this. And I have dealt with men who came from 2-parent homes. Those were not the most awesome men. Look, I was about to say awesomeness. That's not even a word. Those were not the best men I ever came across. I'm just gonna say that. I just think it's the overly thing. I'm not gonna go as far as to say 2-parent homes are overrated, but in a way, I'm gonna kind of say that, looking at some of the situations that I've seen. I know I was in like a 3-year relationship with a guy who his mom and dad, they've been married like almost 50 years. Have a total of like, I think they had like 7 or 8 kids or something like that. But they had a lot of kids. But oh my God, they were so wild. These were some of the wildest kids in the neighborhood. These kids did not have discipline like that. I mean, last I heard, I think my ex was in prison or something. But he comes from a 2-parent home. But at the end of the day, I think it's just the character of those 2 people raising those children. If you had one household of a man or woman, she said, hell no, girl, I promise. That's what I said too. I'm talking about siblings, drug addicts, and everything. I think out of them 7, 8, it's probably only 1, maybe 2 of them that are having productive lives. So that 2-parent household stuff, I'm going by what I've seen. When people talk about statistics are flawed too. Y'all got to think about that too. These statistics is flawed as hell. These numbers and all of this and that, it ain't what you think. Cause I don't know if y'all remember when I was talking about the statistics about marriage when it came to that video I did, marriage is not the flex it used to be. When I was going over some of those statistics, married people don't sound like they're happy and they sound like a lot of them front. Like for instance, around March or something of 23, they did this like kind of poll on married people of how happy married people are. And it said 74% of married people say they happy. And then you turned around, a study from August said that over 55% to almost 60-some% of marriages end in divorce. And then you have that other 9 to 12% who actually stay separated but just don't file on paper and get a divorce. So you got a 70-some% of people who not happy and not with their partner. And then you have this other percentage of people who go ahead and get the divorce. So on paper, with y'all saying that y'all are happy earlier in 2023, y'all were just lying. Do you think, let's say if the census knocked on y'all door right now and you in the front room with you and your wife, y'all just got finished eating and stuff, and the census people knocked on y'all door to ask y'all about some marriage statistics. Marriage is losing its value. People are too selfish to be married today. I promise you, they way too selfish to be married. But let me tell you, they want to get married so they can use the person for the stuff that they lack instead of working on themselves to try to fix those voids in themselves. They'll rather hurry up and have a quick fix and get in a marriage or a relationship. That's just like, and I'm going to use a woman and say this. What if it's a woman who have $8,000 worth of credit card debt? She got $8,000 worth of credit card debt, and she only makes about $39,000, $40,000 a year. And she got all this credit card debt. If you're making that much every 2 weeks, just a guesstimate, you're probably bringing in no more than $900 or $1,000 after your pay period, after taxes and stuff. You're bringing in a good $1,000 at the most. So you in all this debt, after you got $1,200 rent, car note and insurance all together, $500 and something. So you meet this man and he like you, he like your children, he actually like you. So you're like, oh my God, I like him. I don't like him as much as he likes me, but this man has money and he could possibly get me out of this financial hole that I'm in. So you getting in this relationship, not really just liking that guy, but you be trying to tell yourself, I'm gonna make me with the money this man made, he can buy my love. You know, my love is for sale. You know, this man bringing in $12,000 a month compared to your $2,000 a month. This man could get you, and let's say he don't have any children. This man is in the position and makes the money that can get you out of debt. You're gonna get with this man. 3 months later, bam, he asked me to marry him. I'm gonna marry him, girl. He got this money. But you know it's stuff that you don't like about him. His hygiene's probably not together, but he got money, so you overlooked it. It's a lot of stuff about this man that's probably not together. A lot of stuff. He's probably, you know, the type who don't listen. You tell him stuff, he don't listen. You got to constantly remind him to do little stuff. Baby, have you got your what's up with your urban podcast? He said men are not meant to be emotional. Men are meant to be logical. But men these days are not that logical though. They're not that logical. In one breath, they're saying they don't need women. In the other breath, just the breath right next to it, they say they hate women. They say they hate women. They need us, but they don't need us. And then it's like some of the men get upset because they need you. So the story I was just talking about with the young lady who got $8,000 worth of debt, she's gonna get with that man and marry that man and try to grow to love that man because she has a void. She has terrible financial, she make bad financial decisions. So that's a big reason why she has to get in a relationship to get herself out of that bad situation. Oh, I did not plan on being on this topic that long. But I know in another hour and a half, I think Urban Podcast go live at 6:30. Y'all make sure y'all check him out at 6:30. I'm gonna most definitely be over there to talk about that subject. But yes, it's like this. And then on the other hand, I'm gonna talk about a man when it comes to this. You could have a man that, let's say this man made let's say 50,000, 60,000. Let's say he's probably in his late 40s, 50s. Either he got probably one child and the child grown, or he don't have any. Because there's a lot of people out here that don't have kids too. But let's say this man, in order for him to make the good amount of money that he got to make, he have to work. You know, some of those jobs where you have to work overtime in order for you to see a good check, you got to make overtime. Women are meant to be emotional. That's what creates balance. Yep, that does create balance. But let's see, the beta males are the ones who are emotionally abusive. I don't know, because there's some men that claim to be out here, that claim to be alpha, that are very much like showing their feelings a whole lot. A man that thinks he's logical will talk you to death. I swear to God. Those guys who think they are full of like a lot of logic, those guys will talk you to death. If you don't think they're logic, damn it, at the end, when he done beat you down with that long conversation, you are gonna say, yes, you're right. You're right. Because I promise, like I have seen it on Facebook when I have posted things about certain things, man, some of those guys will write you out a long paragraph. Let me tell you what I ended up saying. They had a whole lot of people talking, women and men was talking. When I said, beware of those men that say they want their woman to be their peace, because those are usually the men who have no peace. Because if you have peace in you, you shouldn't have to come to me expecting me to be your peace. You have to already be like, you're lacking peace when you come through the door. Just like that young lady that I was just talking about, using for example, the one with the 8,000, she's in credit card debt, $8,000. She already lacking finances because she's in debt. And not only the credit card debt, you got a lot of people out here that went to college that have student loan debt. So you got a person who in debt with student loan people, 30, 40,000. And then you got credit card debt. Man, she coming through the door already need money. And y'all, and some of these men be upset talking about, man, you gotta have this to talk to a woman that got kids. A woman can have 2 kids and this and that. And they still want you to have more money than she do. Man, some of these women, like that dude was saying, some of these women need to what they say, lower their standards. No, she ain't gonna lower her standards, because if she lower her standards, she ain't gonna have shit in life. Excuse my language. I know that's what be causing me not to get monetized. But it's just like when I'm having too real of a conversation, sometimes you gotta use some 4-letter words. Forgive me, YouTube. I don't want to be against YouTube standards because they're not even monetizing my video. My goodness. But it's just like when you want to have a certain life, you can meet a girl, she like a dollar store type of chick. Like a lot of times, shoot, I go to Walmart, but just doing my shopping at the dollar store, no, I'm not shopping like that at the dollar store unless I go on break and I want to grab, some quick fruit or something. But let's say if it's the chick, she do all her household shopping and her grocery shopping at the dollar store. And then you meet a woman, and I'm just telling you to do some comparison because ain't nothing wrong with shopping at the dollar store. But I'm using this for an example. Then you meet a woman who likes to shop at Walmart. So you put her in a certain little position. And then you got the woman who shops at Target. So you got her. She's in a you would say an upper class. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you got these different grades of women, baby, those different grades of women are going to expect different amounts of money. So when a woman meets you and she's already on a certain level, why would she choose a guy who cannot sustain her on that level? If you get with that woman who was a Target chick when you met her, and then hey, a next level up is the Target chick / Costco chick who order offline. Oh my God, now that's bougie. If she a Costco type of chick or a Target type of chick, and she don't even go in the store, she order everything offline, Instacart or something, or either she pulling up at the store sitting behind some tent in some luxury car. Honey, that's bougie. When you guys have that certain standard and you want that bad chick or that trophy on your arm, baby, that trophy costs money. That's why they call it a trophy. And I know some people be like, oh, it's only white women who are trophy wives. Have you ever thought about why? Because those white women, even when they date outside their race, they're gonna date that athlete or that famous rapper. Jeannie Mai probably wouldn't have gave Jeezy a second look or tried to be with him if he was still out there, that Jeezy on the block. You heard of Jenny on the block. I'm talking about Jeezy on the block. If he was on the block, Jeannie might want to holler at him. He a rapper, entrepreneur, got property and land now type of Jeezy. The grown man, established Jeezy, got a Jeannie Mai. So a lot of the women who are trophy wives, why they be like, oh, only the other type of women trophy wives. A black woman can't be a trophy wife. A black woman can be anything she put her mind to. Anybody can be anything they put their mind to. But it's gonna take work. It's gonna take work. And he probably figured that out too. Very late. Yep, he found it out late, Barbie. He found it out too late. I was just, it's the lady I'm subscribed to. I don't know if you guys watch Chronicle Speaks. Chronicle Speaks breaks down all that Jeannie Mai stuff. She's talking about all the Diddy stuff. Yeah, she be talking about some good stuff. But go check out Chronicle Speaks talking about Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. And then when you play that little playback of when she like, she said something about she likes the dark meat on the side. And you know, the white meat keep a trim and lean. Come on, and you went over there and got into a whole relationship and married her. But that shows you the self-hate that a lot of black men have. And like Nick Cannon said, having a white woman is of status because back in the slavery days, the white women were the ones that was fondled after. And then they'll sit up and tell the black woman, you're wearing that blonde wig trying to be like a white woman. That's because those black women that was trying to do that, they were so male identified and wanted you so much and seeing how you was looking at the white woman with the blonde hair and blue eyes. And she wanted to mimic that just to try to keep you. That's why I say being male identified is dangerous. And another thing, Katie, can I? Oh yeah, you can come up. I'm just now reading this. I'm sitting here just running my mouth. Yes, let me copy the link for you. I'm gonna copy the link for you, Urban. Being male identified is dangerous because if you guys watch and listen to what that young lady said that took the walk of shame, she was just like, I got in the car and left with him. That she could have got in the car with a whole killer and didn't even know it. She's that male identified. She think a man is just cool like that because she's too male identified, and it put her in danger. What? Oh yeah, send it to me. Text it to me. Okay, I'm gonna look at it. Yeah, my son was just telling me about a video. Let me make this copy so Urban can jump in there. But those women who are too male identified is dangerous. I need to do a whole show about that, and I can show you so many examples from a Krishan Rock to those chicks who Kanika Jenkins was with that night. Those girls were very male identified, and it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. But those girls, I can show you that they were male identified and it turned out dangerous for some other girls that they were around. Any female out there, if you're around or you kick it with a male identified chick, get from around her. Get from around the male identified chicks. I don't care how cool they may be. It's dangerous. It's dangerous being with females kicking it with females like that. It's dangerous. And usually, just to be honest, a lot of them end up in terrible situations too. But they keep it under wraps. Like those are the girls who will probably end up getting violated or something, violated by a man, and they won't say nothing. Oh, click the link, Urban, click the link. Let me tell you, a male identified type of chick, and I'm not putting the name on anything or talking about a specific thing or nothing. But sadly, a male identified chick will have a child that will probably get violated by a man, and they won't say anything because they're so male identified. They need the validation for a man, and a woman who's very male identified will watch her child get essayed or abused, and they won't say anything because they're trying to protect that man. It's a lot of them out there like that. That's why I say whoever they're around, y'all in danger. Especially if you're a woman or a little kid, if you're around a male identified woman, you are in danger. A lot of women are starting to see that. I think it comes from those stories like Kanika Jenkins, Shaquilla. Oh yeah, that Shaquilla. Oh, that was crazy. That Shaquilla Robinson story. Yup. Hey, what's up, Urban?
Hey, what's up? What's up with it?
Oh, nothing much. Thank you for coming up. I know you about to go live in a minute and everything.
Yeah, I got I'm figuring to reschedule it. Give me one moment because I was going to go live at 7:20 by reschedule since I'm chatting with you real quick.
What state are you in?
Texas.
Oh, you in Texas? So you 2 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what time? I guess I scheduled for 8. No, I'm scheduled for 8:30.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Share me your link. I'll try to post it down there in the comment section. But what do you think about this situation about the Walk of Shame? I see everybody talking about it on TikTok and YouTube. This Walk of Shame girl.
Walk of Shame. I really don't know much about it. What was going on?
Oh yes. So it was this girl that did like a Walk of Shame Chronicles. And she was talking about how she ended up meeting this guy and she was out by herself from 7 to 2. She had a total of 9 drinks. She was falling out drunk and actually left the club with this man. She said, he got money. He took her to some Jewish community. I'm guessing he's Jewish. And took her to the house where his wife and kids share, where he shares the house with the wife and kids. And told her to wake up. My wife and kids are about to get up. You got to go. And then he ended up asking her that she needs some money. And he ended up sending her a request for $2,500. Sent her a request instead of giving her the money.
So did he sleep with her or what?
Yep, he slept with her. And this is one thing I said too in that situation when it comes to it. Do you see a lot of females that be like, oh, a guy got to have this and got to have that? They're the ones who will sleep with the man with the money for nothing. And a broke guy, they try to get the broke guy to pay for it.
Yeah. Yep. But
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that situation seemed unusual. So after when he slept with her, he asked her for $2,500.
He sent her a request. I don't know if it was through Zeal. I'm gonna play this. Hold on.
Yeah, let me see a clip if you got it. Salute everybody in the chat. Barb, what's up?
I'll send you some money. And I thought he sent me $2,500. I lay down. He was like, "Oh, you gotta go to sleep." I went to sleep and he wakes me up at like 7. He's like, "You gotta you gotta leave because my wife and children will wake up soon. And he literally throws me out the door. I didn't even check my phone. He didn't send me 2,500 bucks. He sent me a request. So it's just like, why the richer the men are, the cheaper they are. And he has me out in this Hasidic Jewish community.
But at the end of the day, did you hear what she said, Irvin?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, I look at it like this. A man with a lot of money who wants to sustain his riches, they're going to have to be cheap.
I don't.
It's just a drunk chick that he met and knocked off. But I'm saying a lot of women think they meet men with a lot of money, and those men are instantly, here you go, baby, go pay your rent and your car note.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Those men can't be like that with every woman they meet, or they're not gonna have money for too long.
See, it's women like this. They purposely go to these lounges and clubs to look for these high value men so they could get a payoff on them, but it just doesn't work out in her favor. I believe the reason why it didn't work out in her favor because she was sloppy drunk.
She was sloppy drunk.
It was just a bad look. So
that's a bad look.
And to top it off, the sex obviously was good if this dude sent her request the money from her.
Yes, and another thing I said the sex probably wasn't good is because I know guys who have messed with side chicks in this real life, and I'm guessing I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. People do it a little different now. I'm gonna keep it 100, but I have seen side chicks whose stuff was so good they took the man. I have seen situations, and I'm not lying. I have seen crackhead women take regular women mans. I'm talking about regular women who drive nice cars, who got stuff out of life. A crackhead came along and took that man from her. Man, I heard them talk about it in the barbershop. You know, I worked around a lot of men when I worked in the barbershop for like 2.5 years. I have heard crazy stories about men. You left your woman, your wife who you've been with for 18 years, 15 years, and left her for a woman who out on the street smoking dope, and you get this crackhead and clean her up just because her yoni was better?
Yeah, I heard that a lot.
You heard stories like that too?
Yes, I heard a lot.
Oh
yes. So what? Wait a minute. So she was at the club by herself, and she wasn't with her friends or anything like that.
She was drunk. Girls or nothing. And I'm gonna tell you this because I just had a birthday early March, and I got pretty messed up. We went to the store and brought our drinks and stuff. So when we out and about, we not really paying for drinks because we already own one. And when you get to gambling, people walk through and like, oh, you want a drink? The cocktail waitress and stuff. So you would drink a little bit more. So I'm messed up, but I'm making sure everybody who I'm with know where I'm at. I'm like keeping up with you and stuff like that. It was one time since I've been staying out here, I had went to the hotel and played on the slots and stuff and did have a little too much to drink. But I sit and waited until my drunk went down, until my intoxication went down before I left. Because I was like, man, if I just gotta sit here at this slot machine until I sober up, that's when I'm gonna go.
Yeah, her situation is all around dangerous. It is so dangerous. It's dangerous on both parts because first of all, she's doing this by herself and she don't know what type of dude that she's getting into.
And that man had no morals. He took her to the house that he shared with his kids and his wife.
Then on the other end of the spectrum, it could be dangerous for this dude because she's by herself and she could be a setup queen.
Yeah,
where she try to set this dude up to get robbed.
Honeybees. She could be a whole honeybee. And then you bringing her to the house that you share. This is your house.
That dude tripping. Yeah, he tripping on that.
This is another thing I said, and I had to give her kudos on. She said, "At least I didn't get pregnant," and I had to clap on that one. I had to.
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. She let this dude go in raw?
Yes.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
She tripping. Yeah, she
Yes.
tripping for real.
I said, at least he pulled out.
Unless she didn't notice this dude before, and she targeted this dude and hope and pray that she got pregnant to put him on child support.
Not to target anybody. Flavor Flav could have got her pregnant that night. I mean, just keeping it real. And you know, guys like that don't even pull out. Them sorry.
Yeah, they don't.
I'm sorry. Those are the guys. You seen the story about the dude who got 30 kids? It was a year ago. Yeah, I had talked about him in a selective breeding video.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the replay of that.
Yes, that video. And I wanted to show all of those different types of men to show women that they have to have selective breeding. Like, I won't go as far as to say I'm spiritually celibate, but, you know, I haven't, you know, did anything in almost a year. But I'm not like on a level where like I'm finna be a nun or nothing like that. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm more selective who I do that with. And I know a lot of guys, they sit and they ask questions. Why is it after the woman hit the wall? And, you know, hit the wall is middle 30s on up. Why is it after a woman hit the wall, she all of a sudden have values? That's because she was young and she didn't, like they always say, know your worth. She did not know her worth. And she was young and dumb. She didn't know her worth.
Yep. And it's a lot of other women that was up here teaching her that she needs to be career driven and it's okay for her to go out there in the streets and be wild. And when you get to 30, then that's when you need to slow down. Nope. No, ma'am.
That's not how it's supposed to go.
Hey,
but I think at a certain age, a woman do need to sow her wild oats, but it needs to be between 16 and 19. 16 and 19 is the time a woman should sow her wild oats, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. The age of 16 and 19 is because you got to think when you turn 18, 19, you finna get ready and go off to college. When you get to college, you need to be a good girl at college. You need to be a good girl at college because it's a good amount of chance that you're going to see a guy in that college environment that's going to be of the level of who you can make a husband.
Yeah.
Don't try to pick that husband in high school because that man going to change 50 times.
Okay, I'll say between 16 to 25. Because roughly around that age,
when it comes to a woman, she needs to be ready to settle down. I'm going to say if you want a husband, if that woman want to be married, I'm going to say this. If that woman want to be married, she needs to start trying to get on it by 21. Between 16 up until you're 21, you need to have your fun. That's a time when you don't have any children. You're at an age where you look your best. If you're going to be in shape, I mean, you're going to be that age, most definitely. Nobody will get to me. I'm a BBW, and I'm like, I want to be wild now. I want to travel and give my yoni to whoever take it. Like, you don't get
Hey,
don't get like that when you're 40 because everybody not standing in the line desiring your ass around that time.
No, unless you're trying to go out to them 50-year-old men, 56-year-old men.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
Hey, Peretta, she was asking, since when has condoms been uncool? Let me address that, all right? Speaking from a man, there are two different answers to this, okay? First of all, condoms is not the best choice when you want to get the whole feeling of a woman. But however, and this does me personally, the whole feeling of the woman is only with that woman that I plan to marry or who I'm married to. But the other end of the spectrum is me personally, is that I'm always going to want to strap up. You know what I'm saying? If I was single and I'm just going out smashing, I'm going to strap up because I'm not looking for the feeling of the woman. I'm looking for me to be satisfied. I'm looking for me to bust a nut. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But dudes don't think like that, especially on young dudes.
They don't think like that. They don't think like that. They think it's like a flex and something to rap about when they go in raw. Like out here just Monday night raw on a Friday night.
Yeah. Or they be letting the girls lie to them, tell me, yeah, I'm on birth control.
And then yeah, I'm on birth control and they know they ain't seen no damn birth control. And I'm gonna be honest, I always had a little extra weight on me because I always stayed on birth control. Since the age of 14, I always was on birth control, like for some years.
Which one, the pills or the one, the what's called UV?
I was on a shot from the age of 14 to the age of 18.
Oh
so
yeah.
For years I was on the shot. And when I did get my weight down, I used to have to exercise a lot to keep my weight down. So some women don't like the shot because it do have your weight up, but you will not get pregnant. It's guaranteed. And then after I had went to Job Corps when I was 18, a little bit after I finished high school, I was on a birth control pill up until I met my oldest son's father. And I actually got pregnant at the age of 21. Had him when I was almost 22. So, and then after I had my first son, I stayed on birth control until I met my other son's father. And my oldest son was like 4.5 when I met him. So I stayed on it until like 4 years or so later. And I always had it like by my toothbrush. I have my pills in the bathroom right by my toothbrush. So I brush my teeth and I take my pill every morning.
And so both of them pregnancy with plant?
Yeah. I was in relationships with them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yep. we stayed together and everything, but it's like after the child came, it's like and this is both situations. After I had their child, they felt like they could control me. And it's not even that I was trying to be wild. I wasn't even out here where you felt like you had to do anything to control me. It's just like when you meet me, I'm already an independent type of female, you know, and I meet you, we start having fun together, we're going out together, you know, and all that good stuff. And then we end up moving in together. And almost a year later, I found out I'm pregnant. That's how I went with the first baby father. We had fun together before the child actually came. I can say that. So we really did get to know each other.
Oh yeah.
I think it's important that a lot of people who get in relationships see what the relationship is like without the children first, so you can see what if you like them.
Facts. I agree. And that's why I talk about a lot on my channel too about vetting each other out. That's very important. Then when you vet each other out, you have to ask the right questions. You know what I'm saying? You don't be asking no old goofy retarded questions talking about what's your favorite color? Oh, mine too. I love crabs. Now ask them real questions.
And this another thing too. I don't like people asking, "What do you bring to the table?" If you be around me, you're gonna see. If you study me within the first 6 weeks that I'm hanging out with you, you're gonna see what I bring to the table. You need to stick around for at least 4 to 6 weeks before you even feel comfortable with that. You need to be around me, observing me. That's why a lot of men really don't be liking women, so they don't pay attention to women like that, and they don't know them. Just like I seen in this damn video, these men were asked different little stuff about their wives. What's their eye color? Do they have another sibling? What school they go to? Then none of these men knew none of that. And then this older man, I know he been married to his wife at least 40 years or plus. He didn't even know their wedding day. So y'all
sure. So I forgot my wife wedding day on the cool though.
40 years. What you say?
I said I forgot my wife wedding day on the cool though. Shoot, that's what y'all here for, to remind us these things.
You is silly.
No, I know I wedded day on the cool though. I wedded days.
I'm talking about, ladies.
Actually, I wedding anniversary was this month on the 10th.
It's April the 10th.
Yeah.
Well, happy early anniversary. Make sure you post some
Appreciate
pictures.
it.
I know y'all gonna go and eat some steak or do some fun.
Yeah, we plan on doing something. We just don't know yet, cause like I said, we got the kids and stuff too, so we kind of got to coordinate our schedule around them, cause they got so many extracurricular activities going on right now.
Oh yes, I know what you mean when it comes to that. I like
Yeah.
when I travel with my children, I always make sure I get a hotel that's like kid friendly too.
Mm-hmm.
So you get something that's kid friendly, y'all can have y'all fun, they can have their fun all together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they going do their good thing.
Now, what were you talking about marriage? You saying something about marriage when I walked in.
Oh, when it comes to marriage, I'm trying to think. Oh. I was just saying a person needs to have so much love in them that they feel like they have to share it with another person. Like you shouldn't come to the table just deprived and empty, your self-esteem low, your ego is bruised, or a woman who you gotta constantly tell her she beautiful. You gotta treat her like you Pepe Le Pew rubbing on her arm. You remember Pepe Le Pew from
Yeah.
the Looney Tunes?
Yep.
The pervert. You gotta act like Pepe Le Pew just to stroke her, because ain't nobody told her she beautiful. So you gotta constantly give a person validation. You should not come to the door needing all that validation like that.
Yeah.
Don't
I understand
you're
that.
gonna compliment your spouse, but you shouldn't have to just go overboard all the time. It's gonna be so draining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also often say somebody on platform that it's better for you to already be established within yourself. You should already be loving yourself before getting into a relationship. Everything that you should be doing, you should already do it before. Like financial status. Your financial status should already be set. How the way you treat yourself, it should be already set. How the way you take care of yourself, that should be already set. So when you enter to the relationship, all y'all doing is bringing value to the relationship, to each other, something that's already been established. So I'm starting thinking about the gender thing as well too. I don't believe in gender roles. Period. I think gender roles is something that's controlling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gender roles are controlling.
Yeah, it is, because
you
like
have to do this and I have to do this as a man.
That's some bull crap. That's bull crap. All that stuff you already supposed to be doing prior, before you enter a relationship. A man should know how to cook. He should already know how to take care of himself, clean and everything, wash his clothes and all this stuff. Now, if he don't know how to do that, he need to be
wash them clothes.
Yeah, like I said, I know how to do all that. I know how to cook, clean, and everything. You know what I'm saying? And my wife know how to do it as well too. So we complement each other. You know what I'm saying? Like one moment I just do it, then the next moment she'll do it. And we don't even tell each other, we just naturally just do it, because that's something we used to doing anyway. And that's how the way it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be. You need to know how.
You don't really love this woman.
I do, but
hold on. I wanted to show this, because when I be talking about people coming to the table lacking, you have low self-esteem. A person got to constantly remind you of this. Watch this, Urban.
No, something you said is that the reason you love her is because she's nice and she gives you her last. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to use you as a teachable moment for any other woman out there to listen. When a guy tells you the reason that he loves you is because you'll give him his last, he means it. He'll take everything from you until you're depleted. Which is not love. That's not love. That means you know that you have somebody who's in a vulnerable state that you can use. So you were using her for the past 8 years because you knew she was nice enough to take it. And if you are ever blessed to have a daughter, I hope and pray that she doesn't meet a man like you who's going to try to take her land. And I really do wish.
He couldn't even argue. What do you think about that, Urban?
Yeah, that is a classic example of what I was saying earlier in the chat about dating these beta male simps. All right.
His face is like he is a beta male.
Yeah, because that's exactly what they do. A lot of these beta males, they pretend to be alpha males, but they're really not alphas. They're actually beta males. Beta male simps. Exactly. They the one who enter into the relationship because they need something from that person instead of already have their self established as a man. Or it could be vice versa. It's women that are like that too, who enter into relationships where they be trying to be needed towards a man when they should already have that established prior.
About the girl who's in credit card debt $8,000 and have student loans.
Mm-hmm.
They come to the door in all this debt. Who's gonna have to help you pay for it? Just look at this guy. This guy looks like an income tax player. He an income tax scammer. He get with them. That's basically what they do. They get with these girls that's getting income tax, and they get up under her a good 2 to 3 months before January.
But check this out, okay? These are the same type of men that these type of women would go for. And you want to know why? The reason why is because they believe that they could do what is known as a build-a-bear relationship. They believe that if they could build this man the way that they want him to be, or train him how the way they want him to be, then the relationship gonna be successful. When that's not true. Temporarily, he'll do the things required as long as he getting certain stuff in return. The moment when he's not getting what he need to get out of you, guess what? He's gonna resort back to his original way.
Yep, he's gonna go right back to the original way. Just like the shows that Tyler Perry be showing, how them guys be. They come along, just want to use. I mean, you see stories like the man start messing with the sister, and then one guy had to put his wife out the mansion, dragged her out. She kicking, screaming. I mean, this stuff happens for real.
Yep, it's facts.
Man, it happens.
I agree. But they're like say these same type of women, they'll also go for these dudes because they make them feel good in bed. So
oh yes, I'm talking about that bedroom stuff when it comes to a woman. Some women will sacrifice everything for good sex. Some men will too. We was just talking about the man who left the good wife for the crackhead.
Yep, facts.
Oh, it's insane. That's why I'm like, man, let me stop having sex and see how these relationships go.
Yeah, it have to be something way more valuable than sex. I mean, sex is great, it is pleasurable, but to me, it have to be on that level with a person that you really, really care about, that you really, really rock with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you enjoy being in their presence every single day. Now, if you're just trying to, bust another whatever, it just is what it is. Just go and get it over. Do what you got to do. Be upfront, be honest about your intentions. Make sure y'all protect each other and just do what you got to do and be done with it. But for everybody else, don't be set up here messing over everybody else who really want to be in a relationship, and you sit up here and lying in them and stuff.
Yes, don't be lying. Don't lie. Like, I have seen situations, girls I work with, they have went through their guy's window. Went through the window. And I'm like, girl, how did you get in the window? They be like, girl, when I spent the night, I just left the window unlocked, girl. And I'm like, why would you go through his window? Girl, I'm trying to make sure he ain't got nobody else in the bed. But I'd be like, why would you want to be with someone with the dynamic between men and women always been stupid to me. I think that's a big reason probably why I've never been married. I've been proposed to. Oh, I need to do some story times about the 2 times I was proposed to. I need to do a story time about it because obviously it didn't even lead to marriage, and I'm going to tell you why. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, I can say the first situation, he was stable. He used to be in the military. He was getting income from the military, plus he worked. And yeah, he was like that ideal guy. But oh my God, when I got to know him, now that's a story that's probably a little different from Risa Tisa. I wouldn't have as many steps to it, but I could probably stop it at step number 12 because I'm not gonna go that far where I'm getting off into a whole marriage, just a whole contract. Like people don't even be taking it serious. That's why when I was like, man, I know myself what's in these vows, and I'm not willing to do this. Because to be honest, I don't even trust anybody enough to sign that marriage contract with. Me, I gotta trust you because I take it that serious.
Yeah, as you should, as you should. I was the exact same way too, where I like, look, I'm not fixing to be getting married to a person who's not going to honor how the way marriage is supposed to be. Per, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get married where our marriage end up being terminated because of irreconcilable differences. You know what I'm saying? The stupid stuff. I want to be in it till death do us part for real. You know.
Yes, yes. And that's one thing I can say because I know, you know, me and my sisters, I just got one sister, but yeah, when me and her talk about like the kind of marriage that my grandma and my grandpa had, we like, man, they was married for 64 years before my grandma passed. She just passed the end of 2022. But Urban, she was married to my grandpa for 64 years. Imagine 64 years.
Man, that's awesome.
Ain't that a long time?
Mm-hmm.
But some of the
That's
stuff
awesome.
we know they went through, like you gotta think you willing to go through that with one man. Y'all was strong. And then you look at it now, the marriage rate is like close to 70%. So that's like most of the people that's gonna be married, y'all gonna be divorced. If y'all can't beat the statistics, you gotta be really in love to beat them statistics. You gotta really, really, really be in love.
To be honest with you, I don't be validating them statistics at all because our statistics is just a survey. You don't know how they went to try to gather this survey. Like say for example, you remember when at one point in time you was walking in a mall, right, and a random person just walk up to you and say, "Hey, do you mind doing a survey real quick?" Do you remember when they used to do that? That's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much what statistics are. It's just a survey. People walking up to random people and asking them certain questions. Now, they don't say, is it out of a million people or 1,000 people? It could be 2 people, and they determine that statistical survey and say that that's what it is. So that's why me personally, I don't go by them statistics. That's why you don't even hear me quoting it at all. The only reason why people quote, to be honest, and I'm not talking about you, but like other people, especially like men in the manosphere and the red pill community, they quote that just so they can seem like they're smart and educated. That's the only reason why they do it. But the statistics is not 100% accurate. It is not accurate at all.
Accurate at all. I was just talking about that, Urban, when I was saying the marriage statistics, when I was saying 74% of married people say they're happily married. Then about 4 to 5 months later, it was saying a good 9 to 11% stay married, but they just be separated, but they don't even be together. And then the other 58% that they get divorced. So that's a whole 70-some% of people. Those same people. Do you think whenever those statistic people stop you and you're with your mate, you're gonna be like, no, I'm gonna pull you to the side and tell you I actually hate this bee.
Yeah, that's the point too. Is that a lot of them be lying on that thing just to get it over with. That was be slacking in old crazy thing too. So you gotta take that into consideration.
Yep, you sure right too. But I know, shoot, out here, the main thing that's on the ballot is about ladies having a choice to bring forth life. That's the main thing everybody worried about. So they show you people are so prepared to do irresponsible things. Like, how dare you? Not all of those girls get taken advantage of and get pregnant. It's only a small percent of them. Let's just be honest.
Yep, I agree. And I agree with Barb what she says too. She said and they probably learned it from their parents and taught it to their children. Yeah, it is. And Paredes said generation curse. Yeah, absolutely it is. Absolutely. If you get with parents right who are already toxic and dysfunctional, right, what the children tend to do, they're going to mimic their parents' behavior because they're going to think that that's normal behavior. And so they're going to take that into when they become adults, and they just keep going over and over again unless they stop their trend.
Yep, they got to break the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of kids out here not even trying to break the generational curse. Because like I was just saying, when it comes to anybody being the boss or being the leader, you have to willing to like put in that work. It takes a lot of work to be a leader.
Absolutely. I agree.
Like people always say you got to pay the cost to be a boss. Like you literally do, because you got to work hard. And everybody's not willing to, but they just want to be like, I want somebody to call me the boss. But they're not willing to put in the work.
Yeah, absolutely. Being a leader is that people have to see your work. They have to see your light, for what it is. Now, once again, you can either have something that's good and positive, or it could be something toxic, depending on you. But that person got to put in that work so it could be positive, period. They got to. If it takes for them to go to counseling, wherever it takes for them to get to the point where they need to be at, that's what they need to do.
Yes, that is so true. That's why I always think when it comes to, let's say a person out here like trying to be an actor, or they moving around trying to be known in whatever it is they doing, you're going to want to plan and prepare yourself if you was to be successful in that situation, that genre. What are you going to do? Like, are you going to mentally be together where you can take you being famous? Because you got to think in this point in era of internet that we live in, a person can get a hold of one little thing and everybody across the whole world talking about you. Like people talking about you in other languages, just like the situation when they put out about the documentary about Wendy Williams. They showed that woman feet and everything. Did you see the feet when she showed her feet?
No, I didn't even see the documentary. I didn't know they had a documentary out on Wendy Williams.
Yes. Oh, I didn't even want to talk about it. I mean, but I don't do too much celebrity stuff no more. But that woman was looking so bad. I feel bad even doing commentary talking about it.
Yeah.
But some people,
yeah, that's understandable.
Like, yes, I don't want to see nobody looking like that. Oh, that woman's feet was just. And then you just think back to when she was sitting on that stage just talking about everybody.
Yeah. So you think that's karma?
It kind of seems like it, but I hate to say it. But it does kind of seem like it.
Yeah. Yep.
It really do. It really do. And I'm just like, oh my God. That's why, like, YouTube don't even pay that much for celebrity gossip no more either.
Oh no.
They don't get paid by talking about celebrities no more.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good with your content. What does this consider as what we call this?
I switch mine up, but I'm more of like relationships, black love, single life, stuff like that.
Yeah, we
people are dealing with being single, but I'm gonna tell you the difference. What was you finna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say we consider your content as more like pink pill.
Really?
Where's from a woman's perspective about relationships, and so it does depends on what you're talking about. One moment you'll talk about you need to divest for being in a relationship with certain dudes. Then the next month, like, oh, we need to be in love and get married. Then that's what fuck married.
I never said nobody needs to be in love and get married. Hold on.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
You
think I
be, you be,
ever
you be,
said
you be up in your own fields a little bit. At one moment, it'll be dead in the middle of the show. One moment, like, yeah, hey, yay, everybody love, 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 hearts and rainbows. Then the next 5 seconds, F all of y'all. I ain't get married.
Oh my God.
And then normally what happens, the moment when you watch like one of these videos, right? And after you watch that video, you're like, forget that now. Forget what I just said a few moments ago.
I think I'm gonna try to change, but I swear to God, it's just like this, and it's a perfect example, Urban. Do you remember me playing that the vanishing of the black family, that dude Tim?
Yeah, Tim, that's my boy. Shout out to Tim.
Oh, fuck off. I be looking at Tim like, I can't believe there was not a lot of gay women back then, and it was men like this. And now you see a 50,000 million Tims, but we only 9 or 10%, in such a big amount of our men are like Tim. And that's what's gonna happen. And you're gonna look up, and it's gonna be more women with more open lifestyles getting away from men. And that's why 60-some% of the men out here lonely. And they will never look at themselves. Me and my sister were talking earlier, and we said the most dangerous kind of man a woman could fall in love with is a man who was raised by too many women.
Oh yeah,
that is the hardest type of man to love. Because I fell in love with two of them that was raised by grandmas, mama, aunties, big sisters, like them type of man, ladies, you better hold on.
Do you know the reason why they end up that way?
Why?
They end up that way is because their mom, instead of their mom raising them up to be men, they raising up to be the man that they want to date or marry.
Oh, why is that such a horrible man?
Because that's the type of man that they're looking for to be married to. Because it's a reflection on their behavior trait. Especially if they have a toxic behavior trait.
Oh,
there's sometimes these type of women they will project their hurt and anger on their sons too.
Oh, Kel said it was a lot of homeless men that was sleeping on the train. Oh, where you staying in Chicago? Girl, yeah, it'd be a lot of it's way more homeless men out here than women. That should tell you something.
Yeah, we out here struggling.
They able to get up under somebody. It's some men out here, they know they homeless. They know they ain't got nothing or nobody, and they'll still get with a woman and treat her like crap. Like, don't you know this is what's gonna get you homeless again, dude? Are you that?
That's in that case, I don't understand why them dudes do that. If you were to get with a woman, you know you're homeless, do the same thing what these women do. Well, with the men, they'll be with these men and they'll allow these men to pay for their education and sponsor them, sponsor housing, and get what they need out of them to leave them. They need to do the same thing. I mean, that sounds bad, but at least you need to want to hustle to do what you got to do instead of just being homeless and treat that woman wrong and go back to being homeless again. That's stupid.
Go back to being homeless. Then you right here from square one. Like, you haven't even evolved at all. And it's a lot of guys who are out here like that are like in their late 20s and 30s, and some of them in their 40s and 50s. And it's these same old men who just grow old, gotta go to. My sister was telling me, because she lived in New York, out there in Brooklyn. She said it's so many men that have to go to a nursing home. She talking to this woman up in Target who is a nurse up in Target shopping, and she was talking about the big amount of men who are in their late 40s and 50s who are in that nursing home, and nobody comes to visit them.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I'm sorry, that gotta make you look at yourself. What are you doing wrong, my brother? Shoot, I gotta talk to you like I'm Dr. Umar. Shit. It seems like Umar they barely listen to him. Sometimes them young dudes, them what they call martyring day dudes, they be
Yeah.
interviewing with Dr. Umar. They be mad as hell when he tell them the truth.
Mm-hmm.
They be
Yep.
like, hold up. And then they be like, damn, you right. Like just like I had did that video. This had to be like back in October or November, but the video about are men responsible for making women more masculine? And it's some guys that admit, yes, yeah, but the only ones who admit it are gay guys.
I wonder why that's so.
Sexual men will admit that they are the reason they can't get submission or femininity out of a woman. Sir, what is it that you're doing as a man where so many of these women are not feminine anymore? What are you doing?
Being beta male simps.
Oh, I promise you. Dang, I wish I could find this video. This
but because we are considered men. Hey, men are considered as leaders, right? In every single way, especially dealing with energy. So if you get with a man and his energy is simpish and all weak, guess what? That woman gonna want something got to happen. Either that woman gonna want to increase her energy where she end up becoming masculine, or she gonna be even more weaker than him. But these modern day women, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna be like, hell no. So they're gonna increase their energy. I'm just saying.
It's a lot of women that love to get up under those beta simps because they know they can run stuff. Man, I promise you, I cut hair, and it was a girl that came in there. She came in there with her husband. She was like, "Yeah, we're getting married," and I was like, "Okay." I got a coworker. She real good at updos and braids and stuff like that. So I was like, "You can come and holler at her," So she came and got hers done. She brought her mom and one of her best friends or cousins or whoever the other girl was. But they had a nasty attitude. I didn't do none of their hair. I just cut the guy hair and he was cool. But I could tell he was the soft, go along to get along type of dude. He is the one who all those women want because he the type that sit back. He had credit cards and money in his wallet. He didn't talk a lot, and to tell you the truth, not trying to judge anyone, but he was on the softer side. Those are the women, those are the men who women love because they can run them. They can go in one of those expensive furniture stores and run up the tab, and he gonna get up there and pay for everything. That's why they want him around. But this, when I tell you, because I'm a good reader at a person, like, you ain't even got to too much say nothing to me. I could just look and I can read people like real good. Like that was a gift of mine. But I used to be at Job Corps charging people to read them. I was making $5 per person.
$5 per person. Dang, you should be charged like $20.
Yes, I didn't know no better. I was young then, but I could tell this man was a pushover. And that's why she was with him. Like, I was like, this dude is such a pushover. And then this is what I hate, Urban. And I don't know if you're the type of guy that takes your woman to the barbershop when you get your hair cut. Do you ever take your woman to the barbershop?
Well, when I was going to the barbershop, hell no.
Okay.
I went by myself. But now I don't go to the barbershop no more because I cut my own hair.
And she was sitting up there just and I'm like, so what do you think? He was like, I don't know. What does she think? And I'm thinking, you're supposed to be a man. But this is what it is. A lot of those guys like that are so lazy. They're so lazy that they will end up a woman's little bee. Just to be honest. They will sit up under a woman and let her run and control him, tell him how to balance his checkbook, how to act when he at work. They will go and buy him a whole new wardrobe, make him dress the way she want him to dress, talk the way she want him to act. They'd rather do this than to do it themselves because they too freaking lazy.
Or they're afraid of the rejection, because that's what happens sometimes too for dudes to become that way. They be searching for a suitable woman, and they being rejected by all the ones that they've been trying to go after, right? Knowing good well they don't qualify for them type of women. So like maybe it's me. Maybe I just need to get a woman, and I just be a yes person to the woman all the time, whatever, you know. And so he ended up becoming that way. Find a woman, and that woman see that he's a yes man, and she just take advantage of that dude. He can't make a decision or anything like that. He got the one always being a presence. He got the one check in on her. She's texting him every 5 to 10 minutes about every little crazy thing.
Oh, you ain't never lying. It's so easy to become it's basically you're approving to be a lapdog.
I can't do it at all. No. A matter of fact,
I think so.
Yeah, a matter of fact, with my marriage right now, no, we're not like that with each other. We don't be texting each other all the time. We would text just to see how we doing or check in on each other, but we won't be doing all that. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? And oh, you got to go this place with me, and we got to be together all the time. No, we don't do all that at all. Right. She do her thing like say for example, she had this thing where what she do almost every weekend where she'll hook up with her mom, and her mom will go out and they'll go shopping. Guess where I'm at? I'm at the house chilling.
At home chilling.
Unless I decide that I want to go, then that'll be different.
Yes, and most men, and I'm gonna be honest to say, most men who are straight don't like to shop a lot. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're right, because I do not like going shopping with my wife at all. But the only exception to that rule is that if I really want to go. Now, if I really want to go, the only purpose I'm there is because I want to spend time with her in that moment. So I'll bite the bullet on that. But any other time, because y'all be taking way too darn long to shop.
I promise you, look, my sister came out here to Vegas from New York. And we went to that little place down on Las Vegas Boulevard, this little mall where Macy's and all that is. Man, when I say I've never been to the mall, and I've never been to that one, and I've been out here for almost 2 years. But this mall is so big. It got a Louis Vuitton store, a Nordstrom's, or whatever. It's expensive places where like one dress will cost $700. Like, man, I don't even have the money to walk through here. Why am I here? Like, I cannot buy a belt in this place. Like, yeah, it was them expensive stores. And, you know, it's the people that's visiting here that's keeping them stores afloat. Because if you live here, you ain't got no money like that. Like,
Yeah,
but
yep.
I don't, me as a woman, I don't want to walk around no mouth for no 4 hours. And I walk out with 2 things.
Yeah.
I walk out with 2 things. So you know.
My wife and her mother, they say they be walking out with so much stuff, and they be coming back like, man, why did y'all buy this? It was on sale. Like, why? Just leave it there. You don't need it. I just got it. Just be get it. Or they'll do this. They'll sit up here, go there, knowing good and well when they come in, I'm gonna say something about it. They'll sit up here, try to want to come me and buy me something. Hey, I got you something.
Yeah, I got you something. Especially when I was in a relationship, I did. And I'm gonna be honest to say this. I remember when I was in a relationship with a guy that wasn't doing much. He was the type of guy that Tyler Perry was describing, the guy that just can pay the light bill. So I was in a relationship with a guy that could just pay the light bill. I'm not gonna say it was not all good, but it wasn't all bad either. Cause I didn't leave like feeling like, oh, I lost a lot, you know, cause I didn't invest a lot either. It's just like me as a woman, I meet a guy that don't have much. I'm not gonna make any investments in him to try to build him up to a better man.
Yeah, as you should. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, because he did not walk away with more stuff than what he came. He walked away with the same little laundry basket, little raggedy suitcase that he came with. I didn't buy this dude nothing. Like, but you know, one thing I did, I'm gonna feed you. You know, feeding you ain't nothing. I go to the grocery store and go shopping, and I cook for my kids, so I'm a cook and I feed you, but I'm not finna do anything extra for you. I'm not finna give you no money to get your hair cut, no gas money, nothing to go buy you lunch. Like, I'm not finna do that. You already got a roof over your head. And you just the dude that just paid the light bill. But I know a couple of times we went out of town, a good little hand of times, and it was like he paid for this and I paid for that. It was like a split down the middle thing. So it was easier to move around with a mate. But I would say, besides that, I can give me another credit card and pay for a hotel. So I can do that on my own. It's just like you look at those perks of what you get when you in a relationship. And if it's stuff you can do by yourself, do it. But if you like leave a relationship and you out here ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, that situation that you was describing, it was more for you like companionship than anything. And to be honest, that's how the way it should be in a relationship. It's more for companionship. It's not that you need that person for all these other things to survive. It's solely for companionship. That's what it should be about. You should be able to enjoy each other, enjoy life, enjoy what life has to offer for both of y'all due to the work that you put out.
That's right. And you got to willing to be put in some kind of work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Not doing anything, it's going to put me in a position to have to do more. And I just look at it like this. If I'm supposed to be let's say if you are a coach, let's say you're a coach over a team, you wouldn't have them doing stuff that's going to get them injured in the practice, so they can't even perform at the game.
Facts.
You're trying to win this game. Why would you put them in a position to get hurt during the practice? Mm-hmm. A lot of people in a relationship are just like that coach that'll try to run you so ragged in the practice. When the real game come, your leg messed up. Like your leg is messed up and you're not able to run in this track meet, or you're not able to run and play defensive end on the football team because you messed me up in practice. A lot of y'all have been in relationships and marriages where you have messed your mate up in the practice.
Absolutely. And
wonder why you can't win a game. You're a terrible leader. Some of the men need to step aside and let the woman be the leader, because when they do it, or they do anything that he said they should do, he messed it and everything get messed up. Either you need to not get in relationships and fix yourself, or just like I seen the man who hair I cut, just let your woman run it all. Because they had a nice car. I seen what they pulled up in. Her ring was really nice. All that good stuff. He had diamonds in his band. And those wedding bands are expensive.
I learned one of the reasons why men do not allow their woman to be the leader of the relationship is due to them not trusting them. That they believe that the woman is so overly emotional that they're going to make irrational decisions in a relationship. Sometimes that could be true, but in most cases, emotional responses will be beneficial depending on the situation. That's why I said earlier in the chat where it's good for men we're built to be logical, and women are built to be emotional, because sometimes being logical could be too much. When you're dealing with a certain decision you need to make, or being emotional could be too much, depending on the type of decision that you're trying to make. That's why we have to balance each other out. There be times where my own wife, she sees a certain situation differently from how I see it, and it'd be the best course of action for us to do it the way that she said it versus me, or it could be vice versa. But in other words, that's how it's supposed to be. Not all this super controlling. No, I'm the man. You got to follow my lead. Knowing good and well what you're going to do is going to be messed up and it's going to fail.
It's going to be
when it get to that point, it's ego.
I seen it happen. And you know what the saddest thing I seen, Urban? Back in Little Rock, I worked off of Cantrell, right on Highway 10. That's where all the money is. You know what I'm saying? All money, everything. There was a man in there. He was the greeter at the door at Walmart. I remember his name was Bob. Bob was like probably 83. His wife took out a whole new mortgage and did not inform him, and took their payments from zero, where he was just paying for insurance and whatnot, like really low. Took him all the way up to a $1,500 mortgage payment.
Oh, she must got a reversible mortgage to get some money.
Yeah, after your house paid for, if it's paid for, you can refinance it, but you're gonna have to have a whole new mortgage. It's like you start all over.
Yeah.
She did that to their house and didn't even tell him. He had to come from out of retirement and be the greeter at Walmart because of his wife.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I said, I'm sorry. I don't care if I was 80-something. I would have divorced her.
You said you was divorced?
80-some years old and everything. I would divorce you, baby. It's over.
Yeah, that's crazy right there. I wonder why she made that decision, though. They already retired. They didn't need money unless it was some type of expense that she saw and he didn't.
Yeah, she did that to get that money. And she probably had a gambling habit, I bet.
Yeah, sound about right. It's in Vegas too.
From gambling.
Yeah. That would make sense.
That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. I promise it don't. And should I take about $40 up in there, I lose that 40, it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like that too. Where whenever I go to Vegas, all I play is $40. If I can't flip nothing with $40, it's a wrap. We're done. I'm not gonna even try no more.
I ain't putting no more money up in here. So I'm glad you agree with me too, on the fact that it really takes a lot of work to be a good leader.
Absolutely, it does.
And you got to be willing to put that work in. Like a lot of guys be thinking, oh, I have the penis, I got the peen, so I'm the man. Like you don't even know how to run this, and you're not willing to put in that work. Like you're not willing to. Sometimes it's the little things that count. It's the little things that count. You still washing clothes, and you still, taking out the trash. You're doing what a man's supposed to do, but balance it all out. That woman should not be the one just cooking and cleaning, and she got to go to work. You got to be too much.
I'm put it to you this way. Any dude that is working right, and they're working for a company, and they just an employee, need to shut the hell up about talking about they a leader. They trying to run a household. How in the hell you gonna be a leader? You're not even a leader at your job. I'm gonna stay you're a supervisor or something, CEO, manager or something, where you went through some type of leadership training to get you to that point. But if you never had no leadership training, you don't have no leadership skills or nothing like that, and just like what you said earlier, trying to lead with sex, shut up, dude. This wrap it up, bro. Shut up.
And you are so right, Urban. I think everyone needs to, and I'm talking about y'all need to go to a 5-day course. Like your job needs to pay for it, pay for your flight to get out there. Go for a 5-day course of real leadership. It's somewhere out there in Utah, and the people in Utah got everything connected with the world. It's good. So you need to. A lot of people do need to go to these classes and courses on really how to be a leader before you say, I want you to listen to me. I want you to let me run things. You should never
want to submit.
Thank you.
So how the world a dude gonna ask you to ask a woman to submit? He can't even submit to his own boss to show up on work on time.
Thank you.
Dude be sitting up here and being word late as hell. Talking about I need you to submit. You can't even submit to your own boss. Let alone you can't even submit to God himself.
You can't even submit to God. That's why a lot of women, that's how a lot of them church guys do end up fooling women. Because they be like, because one thing about it, if a man is for real about God and really following God's plan, he will make a good man. Because he's going by the word. I'm talking about truly go by the word, not be fake about it. A woman want a man like that because that man is going to be the man that got morals. And a real woman really want a man that got some morals. I don't want to be with a man and I don't know what he's gonna do. Not saying
Facts.
people don't make mistakes, because women make mistakes too. But it's
Yeah,
dangerous for a
that's
woman to be
only
married.
natural.
Yeah, it's dangerous for a woman to be married to a man that can't control himself. Because you will do anything if you can't control yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you have to have self control and self discipline in being a man, because I ain't lying. There do be moments where women will attempt to try to push that button. And you have
Oh,
to
yeah.
have that much self control and discipline yourself to know the game.
When I see that wedding ring on your hand, honey, they be on you.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's
Yeah.
keep it honest. Because I was
Yep.
talking to my sister about this earlier when I was saying it in Arkansas and in Las Vegas, the place where I'm from and the place where I live now, the divorce rate is really high. And like me and my sister were saying the divorce rate so high in those states because it's so many people out there who are willing to be a side piece.
Yeah,
If
because
you're
they're
willing
afraid of legally being married.
they don't care about getting married.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
they'll
because
end
like
somebody else's marriage.
one of the biggest questions that be asked is what is men getting out of being married? Which, to be honest with you, is a very valid question.
Ooh, they get a
Because
lot. A man get more than a woman do.
well,
Married men
yeah,
live longer.
but at the same time, once when they end up getting divorced, right? Guess what? Guess what happened? That woman could be getting 50% of wherever that dude they earn, plus alimony, and if you have children, plus child support. So a lot of men, that's why they divest from getting married, because they feel like that in the end they're not going to get nothing valuable out of it.
Yeah, those are the men who actually have money. Some guys do have money where they're gonna have to dish out all that. But somebody like
Hmm.
a good example, he's like in his 80s, never been married. Al Pacino, he never been married. And
Hmm.
that's the man that needs to worry about his assets. But he gonna be worried about some child support because I think he had a child with a girl that was like in her 20s. What do you think
Yeah.
about that younger man and older woman and younger woman and older man? What you think about that dynamic?
Well, when you're a high value person, you can do things like that. You can be an older man, get you a younger woman. It just how the way it is. Now, would I personally do that? No, because it's too much that goes into trying to be with a way younger woman. Like she's in
Even
the
when it
early
comes to a woman
20s and
being
you're
with
an older
a
person.
guy, because I hung out
Yeah,
with
exactly. Yeah, it does too much that's into that. You have to be willing to, in a way, it's almost like you being a parent as well as being a
yes,
husband or a
yes.
wife.
Let me tell you about this, Irvin. And this is a quick story time. But I ended up meeting this rapper on Instagram. He was from Chicago. And I had paid for him to get a train out here and I kicked it with him. But like he was a young stallion looking dude, like rock my world. I ain't even gonna lie. But yeah, shoot, I think I tricked off just a little bit. I think I paid for him to get the train and I like fed him and stuff. Like we kicked. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I was I
But
think
that's the only value that they really breaking right now is
it.
if they youth
I
and sex. That's it.
That's all I expected. I didn't expect no more. I didn't be like, I'm gonna make him my boyfriend. I'm gonna move him out. Hell no. I sent
Hmm.
him right back on the train. Like
Yep, and that's why dudes like Al Pacino and all the rest of them be married on younger girls. That's what it's for. It's mainly for sex. It could also possibly be that they want to have a legacy as well too. You know what I'm saying? Where they want them to have their baby. That could be a possibility too. But most cases is not. It is fun time.
it's fun
To
time.
be
I
honest.
swear you ain't lying. Because one thing about it, when you get to a certain age, sometimes you want to feel like you still got it. you want to feel like you still got it, even though you're a little older than what you used to be.
Yeah, I went through that phase too because I was married before. I was married for 11 years. Ended up getting divorced, and I was divorced for almost 5 years. And so finally, I decided to get back out in a dating market per se, right? And so I was that dude like, sure, I just want to see if I still got it. This is what I did. I went
Yeah,
out
you
there
still got it. You got back out there and got right back on the market, and somebody snatched you up. So you must be a good seller out there on the market, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm me. I'm not gonna say that I'm a perfect dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm just me. But I could tell you this, that I do my best to be the best version of myself. I do my best to educate myself mentally and spiritually. I do my best to bring so much value. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
a lot of dudes don't do that. They don't try to better themselves. They just be stuck and content to who they are or what they are.
and I think the saddest thing is when they know that they're stuck. They know they're in that in between. I don't have anything. Someone be content with not having anything, and they still want a person to accept them for that. At least if you're going to be in a state where you know you don't have it, you need to be content with being by yourself. You don't need to try to force nobody to be in a relationship with you, and you know you don't have your stuff together. And that's
exactly. They want that person to fix you.
Yes, I need you to fix me.
Yep.
My grandma and them, they won't let me stay at the house no more. I need somewhere to stay. Like,
yep.
They keep kicking me out. Like, and then like, man, you gotta watch you being out here in little relationships with people who don't have a place to live. You need to find out. Now that's something a person needs to find out. That's something to ask about on the first date. So are you renting? Are you buying? Are you doing a month? See if they gotta leave.
But what they call them hobosexual? Are you a hobosexual?
It's a lot of homosexuals out there. So many of them. And those are questions you need to ask on first dates. Like, where do you live? Do you got your name on the lease? Like, how? Oh, I'm just renting a room. Run. Because of
I do stand at a steady stay. Like, y'all got a place you it's all bills paid. Oh, you said a steady stay, huh?
Shoot, I pay $92 a week. It ain't number $92 a week. Yeah. Like
But yeah, this is a good conversation. I mean, I gotta jump down. It's like by almost like 5 minutes till my show starts. So, but I appreciate you inviting me up.
Thank you so much for coming to holler at me.
Salute everybody in the chat once again. Thank y'all.
Yes, y'all check out Urban Podcast.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Okay, have a good one. But yes, I promise. I sure appreciate him coming through. I'm trying to see if I'm not forgetting anything else. Let me see. Let's see. Hope I'm not. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything else before I jump up off of here. But yes, I promise. Okay, let me see. Okay, so this is what I was seeing, and when I seen this, I was saying to myself, "This is why some men will never have power in their relationship." I'm gonna push that. Share this. So this is a little clip from off of TikTok. It's a woman proposing to her man. And this is what I say when I see stuff like this. That man is going to be subject to her leading everything. Maybe, I don't even think most of the guys who the woman got to propose to them, evidently that man not making that move. So she feel like, forget it, I'm going to make the move and see what he say. But when it comes to this, you're putting a woman in a situation where she is going to have all control because it's starting out with her controlling the whole dynamic. What happened? Okay. For some reason it's not playing.
You know, the first thing I'm going to say is congratulations to the newly engaged couple. If this makes them happy, especially the woman that dropped down on one knee and the man that accepted the proposal, then I'm happy for them. You know, whatever floats your boat and finds your lost remote. And, you know, when I see shit like this, there's a plethora of thoughts that go in my mind on why this is happening, because I guess we're just so accustomed to seeing regular gender norms where the man proposes to the woman. But for me personally, I know that at any time that I would ever consider dropping down on one knee or having the audacity to propose to a man, just know I got a plan. And I'm about to see this shit all the way through. And when I say I got a plan, this is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to secure the motherfucking bag, bitch. AKA right. The insurance policy. I'm thinking about generational wealth, bitch. I'm thinking about my kids' kids.
I know that's right.
So if I ever have the motherfucking gall or the balls to propose to a motherfucker, this gonna be it.
I know that's
this
right.
This is going to be the way. And the only fucking way. You hear me?
It's definitely fine. Girl, she shot.
Oh, he kept it up.
Yep. I think this one got kind of ghetto right here. This does not look like generational wealth. She right, marry the money. Thank you. Man, that's how it used to be back in the days. A lot of people got married so they could like carry down generational wealth to certain bloodlines and stuff like that. It was about money, but you know, once the patriarchal system took over, it made a situation. Oh, I think that's something else. Yeah, it kind of formed a situation where it was about having the man, like even if the man was broke. But I most definitely need to do a part 2 about this. I'm gonna be back later on. It'll probably be about 10 something. I'm coming back for real this time, y'all. It'll probably be about 10, 11 something. I'm about to go and holler over here at oh, hold on, there was one more thing I was gonna play. Hold on. When I seen that, I was like, that looks a little ghetto. I don't know why she asking him to marry her. Because that situation, it don't even look like they got a lot of money. But look,
She proposed to him?
Look, I was looking at this situation. It's just crazy how the man's sitting there covering up his face and everybody clapping. Like, this is just, I be thinking, when I look at some of these videos, I be thinking, man, these people playing. I know they playing. Like, I know they playing. Oh, that's me over there on TikTok. If y'all want to follow me on TikTok. Okay, let me see. It was another video I was trying to see. Oh yeah, this was a cute situation here.
I wanted to ask you something.
You want to ask me something?
Yes.
What the fuck?
So you married? Well, it doesn't fit you fully, but yeah.
Yeah, see that situation, it looked cute. It looked so cute.
When I found you,
Let me turn this down. That's some music playing. Okay. Yeah, I don't really think it's anything wrong with it, but I'm saying like me personally, I don't think I'll be ever the one getting down on my knees, but I don't knock anybody to do. You know, I think everybody's situation is different. It's just like when people talk about the 50-50 conversation about, you know, a man paying half, a woman paying half of all the bills. I mean, if people go 50-50, if that's what's the best for their relationship, they do it. Don't ever let nobody dictate how your relationship go. Don't ever let nobody dictate who you with. You be with who loves you and who you love. You know, whatever situation work out for you, you do it for you. Don't ever do anything that's gonna make other people look at you like you. No, do what's best for you. But yes, I know Urban is live over there. I gotta go in here and finish cooking. I thank y'all for coming to check me out for sure. Thank y'all for y'all time. Y'all hit that like button, and I'll be back with a part 2 later on. I am signing out. Katie Talk 101.